The previous two videos in this series have dealt with how to use basic 3-string voicings to make our chord selections more melodic. We have avoided diminished and augmented chords up to this point, but now we have to start thinking about them and our 7 chords. But first, our example. We're going to start looking at our augmented chords. They have only one shape for all 3 inversions, and because of that, they also have 3 names per location. Each string is a possible root note. For our augmented shape, if we're going from A, we brace the 5th up, which is the bottom note. Up 1. So we have 3, 3, 2 there. For our E shape, our 2nd string goes up 1 into 7, 7, 6. Finally, for our D shape, 9, 10, 9 turns into 10, 10, 9. Like I said, it's the exact same shape, so once you know where one note is, you're good. One thing you have to be sure about is the 5th, because it's altered. Now we'll look at our diminished chords. Most songs don't use straight diminished chords, but the 7 chord is very, very common practice. To get these voicings, we take our major shape, alright, our A shape, which we've had a few weeks ago. We get into a 7 shape by dropping the 3rd string back 2 frets. That gives us this. In this position, that is 8, 10, 8. So for our D shape, we start from here, like we had before. Drop our 2nd string back 2 frets for that effect. Because of how different the shape is itself, it'll require an alternate fingering. Our E string has the top string dropped back 2 frets, so we'll have to cheat up all the way here. We get this. I usually bar the bottom 2 strings on an E shape, so this one also needs an alternate fingering because they aren't sharing the same fret. This works because we're counting on the bass player to cover the root note. There's another option for dominant 7 chords. So far we've only removed the root note. There is another option. You can remove the 5th because it is a less useful note generally, and that note can be better suited for the 7 to add the tension we're looking for. We accomplish this by moving the 5th up 3 frets to get to the flat 7. So going with our A shape, when altering the 5, 3, 3, 1 turns into 3, 3, 3, 4. Like to bar that. Our E shape turns from 7, 6, 6 into 7, 9, 6. That 3 fret change, right? Finally, our D shape goes from 9, 10, 9 into 12, 10, 9. You got that major 2nd on the bottom. If you know your bar chord shapes, Most of these shapes should seem familiar because they're just the bottom 3 strings of different voicings of 7 chords. Some of these aren't practical in bar chords, but are very playable in these 3-string shapes. With our basic shapes and chord substitutions, we now have 9 voicings for any circumstances and 15 for any dominant chord at any given time. Alright, to play that example, we're fundamentally playing a 12-bar blues in A. We just have some additional notes there. Start with an E shape at the 5th fret. Go 2 frets past, 3 frets, hey, there's our 7. Straight into that A7 shape we talked about just a second ago. 1 fret back, hey, that's a minor shape. Got to slide back into a normal A shape. Then instead of going to the E shape, we go up to the D shape for the same sort of thing for that A chord. Added in some chromaticism for when we hit that D chord. So we start with our normal A shape. Root note goes back 2 frets. So hey, there's our 7. Drop that index finger back 1 more. Now we have a 6. Did a cute thing here and slid both the index and the middle finger up 1. So for a 7 augmented 5. Then just back to where we started. And then we just have our turnaround. Our 5 chord, instead we use the diminished chord. Reach back 1. Get that 6 in there. Slide back 2 frets to the diminished chord again. This is me being cute again. We got 3, 5, sharp 9 or flat 3, however you want to call it. But it's that Jimi Hendrix thing, right? And then we just still same kind of this song and dance. We get to that last E chord. I do this, which is actually more of a major 7 thing, but it's actually suggesting the 13 there. When you have the bass player covering everything, you can get away with that. Hi, Future David here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful and got some ideas out of it. I invite you to post your own concepts and ideas that you came up with from it down in the comments below. That would be wonderful. We can share and develop some community here. That'd be great. Also, I say let's burn down the algorithm. Do not like, do not subscribe. Instead, go to the 13th video on your suggested list from this page. Comment on what Burt Reynolds would think about that video. Go to the 7th video on your suggested page from here and go and like and subscribe to that channel and start sending Wildcat memes. Silliness aside, we've got one more video up my sleeve for these little 3-string voicings. There's a lot more that we can do, but we're only going to go one more step for the time being. Thanks for watching. Till next time.